This will be a very interesting race. It's 5 laps and it's a handicap, and it's just about everything that's still running. Street cars, Appendix J, and also sports sedans. So the first away is, of course, the slowest. It'll be John Briggs in the Hillman Hunter. 20 years ago, a guy called Paul Bolton used to race those, but the front wheels used to fall off. The Falcon that's in behind is Michael Cowie, an old Falcon GT, an estimably wonderful car at its time from about 1968. And then the 3.8 Jaguar, which is Mark Coram. Sorry, that's an Appendix J car. It's 39. It is Ed Newton, in fact. The Falcon 26 has got away, and indeed so have a lot of other things, as we see the fairly quick cars now starting to move towards the front of the grid, including number 12 Leon Burden in the Commodore, getting away with Lupo in 14. Keep your eyes on Steve Swain in number 3. And in fact, Ray Bruff it was in the VH Commodore, the street car with the day glow front. But that's the man, John Briggs, leading it at this stage. But there's a whole pile of faster cars storming out after him. And finally, away now from the tail end of the grid is Michael Elliott in the Fiat 124 Sport. That's the man with the big job. The man who's been given the gift is just behind him. That's Briggs in the Hillman Hunter. He is not very far behind Elliott in 42. There's the race leader, and he can just about see he is a street car, so he's road registrable condition. He can just about see the sports sedan that, if it was taken to the registry office, would make the bureaucrat there pale into resignation, I'd imagine. If Michael Elliott had said, please register my Fiat 124 Sports, he'd say, is it really? So there's the race leader. Here's second place now, the Jaguar 3.8, and that's the delightful car of Ed Newton, 38, appropriately numbered. But the race leader, down the bottom of the straight, coming round to complete, he's completed 1 lap. He is on his second now, so he's coming round to complete 2. This, a 5-lap handicap, and the field back in about 3rd place is starting to bunch up. There's 3 cars there, right top of screen, so a big battle there, and cars starting to group together. Newton's gone through, and some of the quicker cars leading that bunch is 30. That's Knight's Escort, but still it is Bruff coming through now in the street car, number 12. That's quick, but this Escort is up into 3rd place. He's punched his way through well, but depending how well the handicap has done his job, if we have a look just a little bit behind this, we'll see Bruff in car number 12, but in fact we see the race leader in 57. That's Briggs. He's making the best of this. He says, this'll do me, I'm off. Oh, and there's Bruff that I was hoping we were going to have a look at, but he was trying a little bit too hard, getting too anxious, Ray Bruff. And the Launceston driver in his street car, Tirana, has gone off. VH Commodore. So here is second place Newton's Jaguar, 3rd place the Escort number 30, and then 4th spinning out. He was 4th, but good afternoon. 5th, 6th, and everybody's sort of stopping and picking their way around, as you can see. Mainly Appendix J minis. Number 14 is Lupo in his Datsun 1600, and then there's the quick one, the Mazda RX-7, blasting through, well placed now that 3 laps have been completed. They're on their 4th. Stephen Swain, keep your eyes on him in 3. He came through there in 3, 6, 9th place. So he's got to grab 8 cars in the next lap and 3/4, but he's pretty well placed to do it. And if it makes it confusing for the cameraman and the commentators, it makes a very entertaining race for the spectators, and a thrilling one for John Briggs in the little Hillman Hunter, number 57, still leading. And that man who spun and created a whole pile of trouble, Michael Cowie, in the Falcon GT. Wisely, I think he's put it away and said, life's too hard. 86, Stephen Bell, his LH Tirana 202 red Holden motor, but turbocharged. Well placed and in a very aggressive bunch indeed. 4 laps have been completed now by Briggs in the Hillman Hunter, by the Newton Jaguar 3.8, and by the Escort third, number 30. Fourth is 26, and in fact making no places since the last lap is Stephen Swain in the Mazda number 3. Well, it'd be dreadful to think that the limit man had been given the race on a plate, but I think he has been. 57's got them tricked up. Perhaps he was planning his entire day to sacrifice all the scratch races to run away with the handicap, but look out, here comes the Jaguar. A much older motor car. But Ed Newton saying, I could be victory for the Appendix J. Jaguar 3.8 Mark II. You can tell it's a Mark II, the wider rear end and the wider track. He surges through into the lead, not quite. And we have a Hillman Hunter here saying, it's my day, but the Jaguar saying, no way, Jose, I'm coming through. And it's Ed Newton, Appendix J Jaguar, ahead of the streetcar of John Briggs, the Hillman Hunter, that takes second. The streetcar of Kevin Knight, the Escort number 30, comes into third place. The handicap has got them a little bit wrong, but the next bunch of 3, 6, 9, 12 cars in very close company indeed. A really mixed bunch of vehicles taking the honours in that 5-lap handicap here at Baskerville Raceway. It was the Appendix J 3.8 Jaguar of Ed Newton, number 38, appropriately, that took victory ahead of the limit car, John Briggs in the Hillman Hunter, and that's a street car. And also from the street car division taking third place was Kevin Knight in the Escort, number 30.